How did this homework go? Hopefully you did well and you at least attempted them and have some great answers to check. The first two were really nice. They were just like the first two examples on your notes, like examples 1 and 2, where the growth factor was already given to you. So you just simply had to say that the function was the initial value and then the growth factor to the x power. Same thing on 16. The function is the initial value and then the growth factor to the x power. Okay. 17 and 18 use the compound interest formula. So on 17, the amount that is earned, let's see, for 4 interest periods, the amount that's earned is the principal, 8,000, and then 1 plus the interest rate, which was 0.06. Now it is paid out, let's see, how many times? It's 4 interest periods. So it would be a 4. And then the power is the number of interest periods, which is 4, and the amount of time that that money is being invested, which is 20. Okay, this is now a calculator problem. Enter it in, and you should get about $26,325.30. Now, did you read the directions? The directions said to compare that to how much compounded annually. So that's 1 time. So instead of getting your interest 4 times, you're going to calculate it getting the interest 1 time. So you're going to do the same thing, only using a 1. Entering that one in the calculator, you should have got $25,657.08. Now, the directions said to compare. Well, obviously, for the annual, you're getting less. There is a difference, subtract, of $668.22. Now, this, you get this much more quarterly than annually. You could say you get $668.22 less annually than you do quarterly. Now, if you didn't understand how to do 17 and 18, please pause the video and go in and try 18 now. Don't just watch me do it. That's not a good way to learn it. Okay, I'm assuming if you have the video still on, that you have tried number 18. The amount that's earned is a principal of $10,000, and it was 3.5%, which is 0.035, and it is for 2 interest periods, and it's for a period of 5 years, a 10th power. This should have given you $11,894.44. Now, compared that to 1 time instead of 2, you should have done the exact same thing, only with a 1. 1 times 5 is 5. And in that case, you would get $11,876.86. So when you compare the two, there is a $17.58 difference. You get this much more if 2 periods versus the 1 period. Okay, now 19 and 20 on these, it's the ones where you have to enter it into the calculator to get your answers. On 19, the equation that you would enter into the y equals on your calculator is the 100 initial value 0.95 to the x power. Now you're looking for where that is going to give you an f of x of 60. So you're going to look in the chart on the table on the calculator. You're going to go down looking for a 60. Okay. It is going to be somewhere between the 9 and the 10. I was able to get a 9.75 as a really good estimate. I would say if you have a number on your paper that's between 9 and 10, that you have done a really good job on 19. All right, on 20, your f of x, your equation that you should have put into the calculator, is 5,000 and then 0.8 to the x power. On this question, they're wanting the value in the y column to be 100. And I found that 11 was pretty close. All right, the last two are going to be like your notes where you had to get the average rate of change, like example 6. So if you weren't sure how to do 21 and 22, it would be a good idea to stop the video right now and try it using example 6 as your model. All right. Assuming you've tried it, number 21, your equation is the initial of 50 and then 0.9 to the x power. The first range is from 1 to 4, so you want to figure out the value with a 1 and the value with a 4. Okay, I believe the answers were 45 and 32.805. Notice it is going down. Think about how far it's going down. It's going down 12.195, and from 1 to 4 is 3 periods. Okay, so the average rate of change is negative 4.065. Now, the same problem wanted you to do 5 and 8. So you're going to figure out the answer to the 5th power and to the 8th power. 29.5245 and 21.5233605. Again, it is going down. It's roughly down about 8. Okay, and from 5 to 8 is 3 times, 3 periods, 3 sections. So it's got a rate of change of 2.667. Okay, then you could compare them and say that the rate of change was greater from 1 to 4 than it is from 5 to 8. All right, 22 is the same way. So again, please, if you haven't tried 22 or if it didn't make sense, now that you've seen 21, stop the video and try 22 on your own. Okay, for 22, the function had an initial value of 25 and a decay factor of 0.8. The first part wants the rate of change between the 2 and the 4. So to the 2nd power, you got an answer of 16. And to the 4th power, you got 10.24. It went down 5.76, and there's 2 between those two. So it went down 2.88. And the very last part, it wants you to do the interval between 6 and 8. To the 6th power and to the 8th power. Going down about 2.359. From 6 to 8 is 2. you go. So you could actually even say here that it's going down twice as fast from 2 to 4 as it is from 6 to 8. Okay, this is a long answer video. Make sure that you rewatch it. We're going to start off next week doing some review on these two sections before we move on.